Can you go from serving frozen custard to earning $250,000 for each of your TikTok videos? You sure can. And Alix Earle is living proof. Alix Earle was born in Monmouth County, New Jersey, the oldest of 5 children. Her father, Thomas T.J. Earle, is the owner of Earle, a successful construction and road paving company that was founded by her grandfather. Thanks to the company's prosperity, Earle grew up in an atmosphere of wealth and privilege, where money was never an issue. Still, she's always had a strong work ethic. She held teenage jobs working in a boutique and serving frozen custard. She also took an active role in her father's company as a marketing intern, managing the company's social media accounts. That ethic extended to her social life as well. When her mom, Elisa, joined her on her Hot Mess podcast, she told viewers Earle was a bit of a control freak when she was in high school.
You like to initiate, plan every party, plan every outfit for every event that was going on, and plan every event.
Alix Earle's father became embroiled in controversy when he had an affair with Ashley Dupre, a former call girl linked to the sex scandal that brought down former New York Governor Eliot Spitzer. The affair led to the separation of Earle's parents when she was in the 2nd grade. After Dupre became pregnant, she and Earle's father got engaged. As Earle explained on the Call Me Daddy podcast, however, it wasn't until a few years later that she discovered the truth.
I'm Googling my family, and all of a sudden I see that the past 2 years of my life had been a lie.
Her father ultimately married Dupre, and Earle has since conceded that her relationship with her stepmom hasn't always been easy. Over time, though, their relationship thawed. As Earle told Elle, she and her stepmother are now close. She said, "We've gotten to such a good point. Whatever's happened in the past, we've all gotten past it as a family." For a long time, Alix Earle had a healthy relationship with food. Discussing the topic on her Hot Mess podcast, she shared that she'd never been one to restrict her food intake or go on diets.
I just kind of thought it was eat what you want, eat what you love. My family was super good about that.
During high school, however, some of her friends began going on crash diets. As she observed their efforts, that kind of behavior slowly became normalized.
I went from someone who had a very healthy relationship with food very quickly to someone who did not.
Before long, she found herself joining them on a quest to lose weight. Over time, restricting food and counting calories evolved into binge eating and ultimately bulimia. Meanwhile, she began to develop body dysmorphia. Realizing the dangerous path she'd placed herself on, she came to a decision.
I knew I needed to stop, and I did. I stopped making myself throw up.
Once she began attending the University of Miami, Earle's new friends became concerned about her eating habits and schooled her on how unhealthy her behavior was. That positive reinforcement eventually led her to move past the toxic relationship that she'd developed with eating.
I eat what I want to eat, and that has me in such a better place and in such better shape, and my body is so much healthier than it ever was.
When Alix Earle first joined TikTok, she dreamed of becoming a successful influencer on the platform. That didn't happen immediately, and she posted and posted for years, barely increasing her meager following. Everything changed when Earle, who had long struggled with acne, decided to feature a photo of herself in the middle of a fierce outbreak. Suddenly, after 3 years with little movement, she began gaining followers.
When I started out, I had no idea, and I was trying to be picture perfect, and I thought that was the way to go.
After this, Earle learned a valuable lesson about social media, realizing that it was easier to connect to people by posting her authentic self, rather than a glossy, unreal facade.
Then the second I stopped trying to be the hot, pretty, picture-perfect girl is when things started to take off.
While Accutane treatments helped her acne immeasurably, she also took to YouTube to share her morning skincare routine. As she explained, she never really had a regular skincare regimen while growing up, which likely exacerbated her skin issue.
This has been a big part of my skin journey and sticking to clean, good products.
Once Alix Earle's TikTok account blew up, she decided to take a closer look at why it happened and see if she could capitalize on that growth to become even bigger. The key factor she identified was that so much of what's served up on social media is fake or staged, with filters making even the worst complexion flawless. Showing off her imperfections, she believed, made her stand out by presenting a raw authenticity that is unfortunately all too rare on social media.
I grew up looking at these girls with these perfect bodies, or so you think, and you think that's natural, and you think you're supposed to look that way.
This is extended to her own admission of having undergone breast augmentation surgery. Earle told Rolling Stone, "People should know that this is what people are having done, and this is not how people are naturally looking." In September 2022, Alix Earle confirmed rumors she was dating Tyler Wade, a Major League Baseball player. She revealed they were an item during a TikTok makeup demonstration, telling her followers she was heading to a baseball game.
As of a few hours ago, I have a boyfriend.
The relationship didn't last long, however. Just 3 months later, in a TikTok live video, she confirmed that it was all over, saying they hadn't been together in a hot minute. A year later, Earle shared more details about the breakup in an episode of her Hot Mess podcast.
We only dated for 3 months, so it didn't get too serious. Everything that I did, he on.
Arguably, Alix Earle's most impressive skill has been her ability to convince her followers to purchase the products that she promotes. Typically, all Earle has to do is mention a product or use it in a video, and it instantly sells out. So innate is that skill that it's actually been given a name: the Alix Earle effect. Unsurprisingly, the money that Earle could command for her services quickly skyrocketed. Fox News reported in early 2023 that she was being paid between $40,000 and $70,000 for each brand partnership she scored. According to Jeremy Boudinot of Ubiquitous, a top influencer marketing firm, the secret sauce in Earle's content is her relatability. He told Fox News, "One member of our team remarks that it feels like you're watching a cool big sister get ready on FaceTime and tell you about her day in the process. This has quickly built a sort of trusting, friendly familiarity with her audience. So when she makes product recommendations, it feels like hearing about something from a friend." As Alix Earle's popularity grew, she began to capture the attention of Hollywood. In March 2023, The Hollywood Reporter shared the news that she was now represented by UTA, a top Tinseltown talent agency, which would help her to further build her brand and take her into new areas in the entertainment industry. A joint statement put out by UTA read, "Alix has taken social media by storm, and we look forward to introducing her relatable content to more audiences across new platforms." It didn't take long for Earle's partnership with UTA to bear fruit. Just a few months later, in August 2023, Deadline reported that Call Her Daddy host Alex Cooper had launched the Unwell Network, which hosts content from other creators on a variety of different mediums. Focusing primarily on beauty, fashion, pop culture, and lifestyle, Cooper's network quickly scooped up Earle. In a statement, Cooper said, "Alix took the US by storm with her Get Ready With Me videos, college lifestyle, and endearing personality. I feel honored to be at a place in my career where I can pass along knowledge and advice for a new generation of creators to flourish." Shortly after the announcement that Alix Earle had joined Alex Cooper's Unwell Network, Variety reported that Earle was launching her own podcast under the Unwell umbrella. Titled Hot Mess, the new podcast promised to bring Earle's fans far deeper into her life than Instagram posts and TikTok videos ever could.
Buckle up, everybody. This is about to be a hectic episode.
Once again, it didn't take long for Earle to make a huge impact on what, for her, was a whole new medium. Within days of its debut, the first episode of Hot Mess became the #1 podcast on Spotify, taking over the position that had long been held by controversial comedian and UFC commentator Joe Rogan. A remarkable achievement, to be sure, but this seems to be the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the potential projects that Earle might have in the works. Could one of these be a Kardashian-style TV reality show? In a September 2023 interview with the Wall Street Journal, Earle said, "A lot of people have said to me that they think I should do a reality TV show, or they want to see more of my life. I feel like this podcast is going to be a way for me to produce a show of my own." Alix Earle's relationship with MLB player Tyler Wade was as brief as it was bitter, but she had far better luck with another professional athlete, however, NFL star Braxton Berrios, who plays wide receiver with the Miami Dolphins. The relationship appeared to have started in March 2023 and was engulfed in drama over rumors that Berrios cheated with Earle on then-girlfriend Olivia Culpo. Gossip flared that Berrios and Earle were a couple when they were spotted together that May, and then again when he attended her college graduation ceremony. They took in an NBA game together that June, and in July, she accompanied Berrios on the red carpet as his +1 at the ESPY Awards. Finally, that November, she confirmed they were a couple when she referred to him as her boyfriend during an episode of her podcast. In April 2024, Earle documented her trip to Coachella on TikTok. Those videos, however, sparked rumors that there may be trouble in paradise when Berrios was nowhere to be seen. Earle responded with a particularly pointed TikTok video, insisting things were all well. Meanwhile, TMZ Sports caught up with Berrios, who was bluntly asked whether he planned to propose to Earle. He said, "We'll see. It's going well. We're happy." Raking in oodles of money as a top social media influencer, her podcast an out-of-the-box hit, and a potential reality show on the horizon, what's next for Alix Earle? In an interview with Glossy, she said, I would love to start and build my own brand. While there are no firm plans in place or even a hint of what that might look like, it's fair to say that Earle's track record so far speaks for itself. In the meantime, Earle will keep on doing what she's been doing. And given that she could reportedly earn up to $250,000 for a single TikTok video, why wouldn't she? Of course, there will always be haters and naysayers complaining that someone so young and seemingly inexperienced doesn't deserve the success she's achieved. Earle likes to remind this group that she's been doing this for a lot longer than people may realize. She told Glossy, "A lot of people will credit it as an overnight success. It wasn't until my third, almost fourth year on TikTok that my videos started to get views." If you need help with an eating disorder or know someone who does, help is available. Visit the National Eating Disorders Association website or contact NEDA's live helpline at 1-800-931-2237. You can also receive 24/7 crisis support via text. Send NEDA to 741-741.